And Yusuf from MobileAction is about literally poised, ready for me. And he's going to talk about building a creative strategy in games. Yusuf.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. So, well, I think something's wrong here. First of all, I want to thank you, everybody here individually, because they told me that this is one of the most crowded sessions ever. I don't want to take the compliment to me. I think there are a lot of sessions over there. Hopefully, this is going to be useful for everybody. Well, this is Yusuf. I work at MobileAction for the last 2.5 years, and I enjoy the ride a lot because we're bringing quite good technology for game, to game industry in that sense. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to share useful information to you. But before I start the presentation, I'd like to learn the audience here. So I guess everybody's from the game industry, but can you tell me who is the game publisher, developer? So good. Ad tech, good one. So thank you very much. So this is, I've been in the mobile industry for the last 5 years, and I've been dealing with user acquisition strategies. So today, I'll be covering what MobileAction does, and then I'll just try to show you quick insights about how to build the right user acquisition strategy. And then I'm going to come over to a Q&A session. I know we have quite limited time, but please feel free to come over to our booth in the first floor so that we can discuss in detail. So MobileAction was founded as an ASO agency back in 2013, and then we developed our product, and we've become one of the first ASO providers in the market. Then we've added many other intelligence platforms, including Ad Intelligence, which I'm going to talk about today. And then in 2020, we become Apple's official campaign management dashboard platform. So since then, at the moment, we have $32 million monthly spending goes through our platform, and 1/3 of the spending comes from gaming companies. If you're interested in learning more about how Apple Search Ads can be a good gem for you, please come and meet us. Let's go to the strategy. So as you see, we have a lot of products and how we position around that. So we try to be partners with game developers like yourself, from even deciding which genre you're going to start working on the game as a concept, then getting the first users via organic and paid UA. And then, obviously, we just try to provide you competitive intelligence for you to get over the competition. Well, building the right user acquisition strategy. Why is it important to analyze competitor creatives? Because everybody's spending money on tons of money in the market. So they're spending a good chunk of this money to learn which is working or which is not. So for you to avoid wasting your money to make your creative optimizations, well, we have a solution for that. So what you can do, you can easily identify the weaknesses or strong points of your competitor, even the category you're competing, and the other insights, so that you can refine your own user acquisition strategies. And plus, you can easily steer your performance by using this method. Well, I'm not sure if you're familiar with ad intelligence solutions in the market. Majority of them are focusing, like us, to provide you network analysis where you can see which app is investing in which ad networks. Say ironSource, AppLovin, many more of them are in the market. The second one, Creative Gallery. Well, the creatives that are used are quite important there. So you see a lot of different trends, and then you can easily identify by using this Creative Gallery. And lastly, the impression share. What portion of their activities goes to which ad network, even more which creative they're spending money on. So by checking them out, you can easily avoid wasting or spending your money on learning. So at the moment, there are similar solutions like that in the market, but our strong muscle here is to be able to provide you the most richest data set over. So at the moment, at MobileAction, we have 44 million creatives, and it's counting on. every month, we're able to add 2 million creatives. That represents that we are able to show you the recent creatives that are used in the market. Well, how to achieve a winning strategy? This is the real game. This is where real game starts. So let's say that you have a game casual app or any other app in your genre. Then you want to know how to help the growth of your app, and you need to conduct competitor analysis to figure out a great UA strategy. Well, how can you proceed? First, you need to see top advertisers of your category, because they're the ones who spend the most money and they're the ones who have the most learnings. And then campaign metrics of your competitor. Once we pick those gaming companies or even the titles, then you'll be able to see all the creatives, and you're going to be able to see all, based on some metrics, which creative is doing how. Then the next part, filtering and finding right creatives for you to start off. And then you can easily figure out which ad publishers could be useful for you based on your competitors' learnings. And lastly, well, the performance of the creatives is your thing. Well, here you see a filtering option where you can easily find out the niche that you're working on. You can make, platform filtering and then country filtering, and if you like, an ad network filtering as well. Then you can easily select sub-genres under gaming category. Bingo. What you're going to get, you're going to be able to see who are the top advertisers in that sense. So once I have these top advertisers, I can easily group them and add them to my favorite apps. Then the system can update you whenever and one of those apps release a new creative, even before you look for if there is any. So with that in mind, you become all the time on top of what's happening in your competition. Then what's next? So once I have my handpicked gaming titles over there, I can easily check out and see the details, what these guys are doing. So you can check out any app's campaign analysis. I'm going to show you in a short moment. And then you can see this valuable metrics that reflects the best performing creatives. And you can easily conduct an ad publisher analysis so that you can focus on, you can find out which publishers could be useful for you. Well, here are some of the metrics that you can see. Well, on the top right-hand side, you see all the ad networks that an app is investing in. What you can see there, we just show you a distribution of these ad networks in terms of their activity. So you see on the top right-hand, when creative and impression distribution, once you say impression distribution, you're going to be able to see how they do distribute their money amongst other ad networks. Then obviously this is not enough only. By the way, I want to show you here this game company over there. For example, they're investing their money on Liftoff ad network. No other tool in the market can provide you this insight. Once they invest in Liftoff, we can also show you that where Liftoff is investing your money in, so that you can see which ad network might be working. Then. Again, related to campaign metrics, in the second screenshot on the slide over there, you can see their creative attributes, like their dimensions, like being images, being video, or being playable. You can see all the distributions alongside with the number of creatives that a gaming title is using at the moment. And again, another fun story over there, which countries they're active and how often or how intense their activities in any given country. So this will give you an insight where you should be focusing on. For example, I don't know, there must be a lot of hyper casuals here. So the hyper casuals, while they're testing out their games, you can easily figure out which countries they're using and what kind of new game mechanics they are investing in or just trying out. So basically, you can easily be on top of in the competition. Again, this is again a lovely one. So in this graphic, you see a distribution share. Basically, it is how, on the course of time, how your potential competitor is investing and how this is changing over time in terms of ad network distribution. We see most of the times, for example, once iOS 14.5 first released, we see a major drop in Facebook advertising, Facebook investments, because people were quite hesitant. Then a couple of months later, towards the September, the Facebook investments start rising again. So you can easily figure out what's happening over there and then make your decisions for your UA activities. Ad publisher analysis, again, here you can easily see, figure out which ad publishers are showing your competitors' ad creatives. So this is kind of an interesting point, because you might be interested on targeting some major publishers out there so that your ads can appear in it, because the users of this app might be quite relevant to your app. So with this ad publisher analysis, you can find out where you should be focusing on. Well, once we have all these overall stats, one of the most important parts is analyzing the creatives itself. So say any app, we can cover the major creatives of them. You can easily handpick any of them and see their stats. The stats like how long that this creative has been in use, and which ad networks this creative has been in use. So you can easily see other metrics over there, like properties, media format, etc. So if you see this is something that you would be interested in, then you can easily add this to your ad creative collections, so that you can have a similar one for your UA activities. So lastly, this is ZoomUp, one of our clients. You can go and check out the case study on our website, mobileaction.co/ZoomUp. There, we just thoroughly explain how they achieved 200% uplift in their CTR, which is huge. Well, the major takeaways here: make sure you have done a thorough competitor analysis, analyze current and past advertising strategies, and compare and contrast. Learn from the analysis, have your own unique touch for your creative strategies, and visualize creative assets side by side by performance metrics. So, on the overall, now it's Q&A session. I think, yeah, I was on time. So, is there anybody have any questions?
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yes, have we got questions in the room? I'm just going to check on the Zoom section as well, but if anyone has any questions, they're right. There's a question at the back there. Let me see if we can get a mic to you. Could we get a mic to... There were two people. There was a lady and a gentleman who had their hands up here.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for the presentation. So I'm very interested in how do you get this Liftoff data?
Well,
Thank
are
you.
you from Liftoff?
No.
Okay, good.
And the clients.
This is kind of secret of our business, but we don't have any partnership with any ad networks. We just get this data by ourselves. So basically, you can imagine that our technology can behave like a human and play games and see ad creatives and hold them, and then we provide these insights for you. Thank you.
I think there's another question next to
Yeah,
you.
there was again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, thanks for the very interesting presentation. Can you go back to the slide about the creatives themselves?
This one?
So this is really, really useful for when developing this kind of area. But one of the challenges that you immediately run into here is you start hypothesizing as to why a particular creative might be successful. But then taking that further to apply to your own creatives can be very difficult because there's lots of uncontrolled variables. Can you speak to some strategies that you've seen where there's been success there?
Well, yeah, I think this is a really good question. Yeah, there are a lot of different metrics that you should be checking out for any creatives, and not all the time that the metrics or the signals are accurate. We need to test out again. But we have over 100 gaming companies using our platform, so their use cases shows us most of the time, the metric signals gives us the right tips so that we can start off like 1-2 steps ahead of the competition. For example, this creative over there, you see their different metrics. For example, we can also show the impression share of this very specific ad creative amongst all of their other ad creatives. If there is a rising trend, yeah, you can assume that this is a well-performing one. So these are the details, are the game changers over there.
Great stuff. Does anyone else have a quick question while we're at it? I mean, I'm kind of intrigued by the whole process as well, in particular trying to make sure that you can draw relevant conclusions.
Yes.
I think relevancy to the kind of process is a really difficult one to sort of, particularly if I'm going to do an event in a game and I'm going to do an advertising kind of campaign that's going to promote the game in parallel. Yeah. Are there any ways that you can see how the kind of the more organic elements have affected that process?
Well, yes, you can see this out because at MobileAction we don't provide only ad intelligence. We also show the organic performance of any gaming company. Well, these two are in the same dashboard, so you can just correlate the results over there and see if the organic uplift as a result of your UA activities. Yeah.
And I think it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because causality and kind of like, so I'm always interested in like rate of change. So if I happen to sort of see a pattern of rate of change, having done a certain type of social activity and a certain type of UA activity, there's often some kind of like pattern and time delay.
Yes, there is.
So you're able to sort of pick out that kind of information.
Exactly. That's how this tool can be a good asset for your day-to-day activities. Well, I'm out of my time, I know.
You are.
So thank you very much, guys, for listening to me. So this is our special offer. Come to our booth and you're going to have your $5,000 credit. So enjoy.
Thank you very much. Great stuff.